Our engagement with Ayodhya began in the year 2022 when the UP government and Ayodhya Development Authority floated an open competition for the signage design for Ayodhya city. Graphics Beyond won this competition amongst 400 entries and thus started this journey, resulting the Shri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirthakshetra Trust and Tata Consulting Engineers invited us to design the signage program for the core Shri Ram Mandir complex. To be able to build and develop a positive, assertive, wayfinding experience for the visitors and pilgrims visiting Ayodhya and the Mandir, first we had to deep dive into understanding what Ayodhya is about. And thus began our site recce's, walks, talking to the locals, talking to pilgrims, talking to visitors, and of course interactions with the trust and Tata Consulting Engineers. And this resulted in deep understanding of what the context is about. The ultimate challenge was to address the masses, was to decipher this complex environment and make it legible for anybody visiting, irrespective of the geography, spoken language, or the background or culture they come from. Our interactions with the Trust and TC were not only interesting but also insightful and full of revelations. The Trust had decided to do the sign program in a single language, Hindi. We were able to convince them that to address a larger cross-section of population, not only from India but from across the world, we must include English, and with a progressive stance they immediately accepted it. This has resulted in a bilingual, robust, inclusive signage program at the entire site. Even though this project was about a marriage of their profound experience and our subject matter expertise, there were great learnings along the way, especially to do with human psychology and contextual responses. Ayodhya has a huge population of monkeys. Faith is to each his own. Some people look at it as a Vanar Sena, guarding the place of birth of Prabhu Ram. To others, they are animals who should not be disturbed. And the sign program had to be developed such that we do not poke the monkeys when they interact with signs. There's a certain level of humaneness built into the design detailing. The entire team was sensitized towards this important aspect. And all these and such points were a result of a seamless interaction with the Trust and TC. We collaborated with Sarang and Girish of White Crow and used the typefaces designed by them, which is a multilingual family called Ek Type Mukta, and this font has been used in the English as well as the Devanagari version across all the bilingual signs in this wayfinding program. With an expected visitor pilgrim population of about 50,000 to 75,000 per day on normal days expected at the Mandir, these signs had to be robust at the least. The design vocabulary of the signs, the shape, size, form, color, all of this has been influenced by cultural nuances, social consciousness and technology. The two bold pipes onto which carry the signs is a reference to the two vertical lines from the Vedas, shlokas and scriptures that we often see graphically represented on paper, papyrus. Bansi Paharpur is a beautiful matte light beige pink stone quarried from Rajasthan that has been used in this load-bearing structure built in the Indian Nagara style, fixed to each other with copper dowels. Now this light beige pink is the entire background, is the entire canvas scape onto which one sees the signs, and hence the specific color for the sign substrate, such that there isn't a high contrast and neither are they camouflaging. There's a special cast metal coin that we have developed, which carries the symbol of the trust and which basically celebrates the Suryavanshi Prabhuram. That's the mnemonic on this coin, which comes in at key primary signs. We often discuss this back at the studio that we want to become ghost designers. The elements, tools, signs that are developed should integrate and inlay themselves into the landscape, architecture, interior so well that the end user, visitor, pilgrim, bhakt should not be able to differentiate between the built and the unbuilt. It should add a positive experience to the placemaking and navigation across the property. And that's what we have strived for in this case also. Once the euphoria around the Mandir opening settles down, we will get back to work. There's a good 1 year of work still to go for the construction team, for all the various consultants towards finishing the various facilities, attractions, mandirs and sculptures at site. The build up to this project and the eventual realization of the mandir has resulted in a huge boost in confidence for Indians here and abroad. Many have participated and contributed towards this making, and it truly marks coming of age of this country, its countrymen in the times to come. Jai Hind, Jai Shri Ram.